Okay, let's start. In this session, we are going to quickly explain all the tools on the PixelLab. So welcome to Succeeding Site Technology. I'm Instructor Maxi and I will be guiding you through. So take your phone and open your PixelLab. If you open it correctly, this interface will appear. So I'll be starting from up, from the top right side, explaining the tools. So when you look up, the first tools we have there at the uppermost, we have three dots in a vertical way. So I'm going to click it so that we can see the sub tools under it. When you click it, all these tools will appear. Number one, we have use image from gallery. We have the second one, full screen. The third one, use image from camera. So let me quickly explain these three. The first one, use image from gallery. This is where you import images that you already have in your phone. Like probably you had designed a logo before, or somebody sent a logo to you and you need to make a flyer for them. So this is where you come to and take the image from there and insert it into design. So actually there are two ways of doing that, but this is one of the ways of doing it. The first thing to do, you can click on it here and then it will take you to a gallery. So the second one will have the full screen. The full screen is simply to make your work full screen so that you can see everything, like you can see it now. All the tools will disappear. Then the next one is use image from camera. So it means that you don't have the image or the logos or the pictures you want to use on your phone, but you want to snap it now. So you can click on use image from camera. Then the fourth one, we have export image. You know what that means already. That is to send it out. Then the next one, we have the image size. So inside this image size is where you will come to give the size of what you are working on. Like if you are working on a flyer, it has its own specific size. If you are working on a business card, it has its own specific size. So you need to know what are the sizes of what you are designing. Like if I'm designing for a thumbnail now, I think thumbnail is 1280 by 720. So if I change this to 720 now, which is 16:9, you can see now that it has changed. The size has changed to a thumbnail size. So that is where you always go to change the size of what you are working on. Then the next one, we have contact us or report bug. This one is when you have issue with the app and you need to reach out to them. And the next one, we have tutorials. So this is where you can learn more about the app. Then the next one is remove ads. Sometimes they do run ads, especially when you own your data, but most time I do not own my data. So if you want to remove ad, that is where you click. Then we have the recover autosave, we have the open PLP, we have about. When you click about, it's going to give you more information about the app we are using. Then the last one there, we have exit. So exit simply means you are done with your work and you want to close it. So that is where you click and it will ask you, are you really sure you want to exit PixelLab? You say okay, but now I'm not ready. I'm going to click cancel. So let's move to the next icon. The next icon there is the one in quotes. So that quotes is simply when you want to write things in quotes. Though PixelLab already have inbuilt quotes that you can choose from, but if you don't, if you have your own, you can type your own by adding text. But supposing you want to take from their quote, you click on it and all the available quotes will appear. So we have them in English. You can change the language to French and it will turn to French. You can see it, so you can turn it back to English. Then we have under here, after the language, you can see we have motivation, we have success. So any type of quote you want, you can decide to click on it here. So let's say I'm going for motivation, and then I'll click on this second one which says always, would you like to use I will say okay. You say always desire to learn something useful. So then that is what that one mean. So then the next thing after that quote sign, we have the share button. So when you click on it, this interface will appear. So this is where you will come to when you are done with your work and you want to share it, or you want to save it to your phone. So if you want to share it, you can see the two buttons down here. You can click on share to share, and you can also click on save to save it in your phone. So you can see up there you will always be using this JPG or PNG. Then you can also come here to change the size of your work too. So I'm going back. So that is what that one means. Then after that icon, we have another small icon that look like a small camera. So that one, its work is to save your work too. So it has two options. When you click on it, these two options will appear: save as project or save as image. The first one, which is save as project, it means that when you save your work as project, your work will not appear in your phone on your gallery. So but it will be saved inside your PixelLab, such that anytime you come, you can always have access to it to continue from where you stop. But when you click on save image, save as image, it's going to save in your phone. So that is what that one means. Then after that one, we have the next which is the last one, the from the uppermost, from the top left corner, we have the positive sign. So we all know what positive sign always details. We know that it means plus, or it means to add something. So this is where you come whenever you want to add anything to your image, such as to your work, such as image, pictures, logos, shapes, emojis, or even texture. So we're going to try it one after the other. When you click on it, this will appear. The first thing we have there is text. So remember we said that in graphic design, things that make up that graphic design put together to communicate are text, images, shapes, and like. So here we have text. So if you want to type something like probably the name of the company or the name of the school that you are designing something for, or anything that requires text, this is where you come. Click on this add button and then you come to text. When you click on text, so you can see on top here now, a new text has appeared. So once this new text appeared, I can click on this pencil here again. So click on the pen and on this another pencil down here again, so that you can edit it. So you can see now. So I can now edit it now. You can see. So can you see that now? So this is where you come to add text. Then the next thing now is that when I'll click that add button again, when you click on it, you see the next thing is current date. So here you can always add dates, like if what you are doing, or probably you are designing a flyer for an event and you need to add the date that the event is going to start. So this is where you come to add current date, and you can see now the current date the current date as of today that I'm doing this is what is on 14 April 2025. So you can see it, but you can change it to your taste. So then the next thing you can add from there is also sticker. So we know what we can use sticker for. So when you check down here, you see different type of sticker. You can choose any one you want, so you can increase the size. Okay, so that is it. And under this place you can see we have three you can change it to any type of stickers you want. You can see any type you want. So any type of sticker you want that you think will make your work beautiful for you understand? So and you can move it. So another thing is that when you see sticker now, you see another thing, emoji. So you can also click on emoji to get, you can click on the emoji to get any type of emoji that you want. Can you see that? So this is where you can add emoji to your design, you understand? So that is what that one means. So you can also come to that add and add shapes. After emoji you can add shapes, and remember, shapes are very important in graphic design because we said they are like the building blocks. They are what comes together to make up. They are just like block in building, you understand. So we can use shapes to design logos. We can use it for background. We can even use it as a background for each image we are designing. So you're going to come to this plus icon to add shape whenever you want to do that. So you're going to click on it and go to shapes. So here we have different types of shapes. You're going to click on shapes. When you click on shape, the first shape that will appear on the interface of your PixelLab is this rectangle, you understand. So when rectangle appear, you can increase it, you understand. You can do it anyhow you want, you understand. So however you want, you can do it. Can you see that? So but then if this is not the type of shape you are looking for, you can come down here where you see an arrow or angle facing down and click on it. When you click on it, all the available shapes will appear. So from here you can choose the best suitable shape for your design. You can see we have circle, you can see it. So you can increase it, you can see that, right? So still under, there are some other things you can do. You can raise it up, and then you can increase or decrease the opacity. If it's, you can see that. So you can do this, and again you can even change the color. You can see, you can change the color, you understand, and you can increase it. So you can even use it to do background of your work, you understand, so that it will cover everything. So you see that. So you can use it like this. So then here we have stroke. So let me reduce it so that we can understand what stroke means. So now here, now you can say we have stroke width. You see, you can see now it is the round, the border around it, that is called stroke. You can see now, you can see it. So you can see it. So you can use it however you want it. Okay, then when you are done, you can click and choose color, then blur. You can see if you want to blur it, this is where you blur it. Can you see that? So you can see it's looking like an egg, right? So if not that we don't have blue egg, that's by the way. So when you are done by what you want, you can decide to click on this mark button to OK. But if you don't like it, you can click on this cross to go back. So I'm going to click on the mark button. So good, then that is it. Remember, this shape, we can use it to do anything in our design. Then you can still come to that plus icon again. So after shapes, we have from gallery. This from gallery simply means that we want to add something from our gallery, either pictures, images, or design somebody already sent for us, and we want to follow it to design what we are doing so that we can be seeing it. We can bring it in here while we are designing our own. We can be seeing it. So I'm going to click on from gallery. So when you click on from gallery, so that means I want to add an image to my design. So when you click on from gallery, you're going to click on this AI gallery. You can see it here. All this will appear, but you can see most of the images, most of my recent images, I can't view them, you understand. But what I can do is to click on this AI gallery so that it will give me a preview of all my images. So you can see my images. So if they are not here, I can come here to click on album to look for the one I want. So you can see, so you can look for anyone you want and then choose the image that you want. Let's say I want this one. I'm going to click on it, and so from here you can resize it before you import it. So once you click on the image you want to use, so you can hold the size to crop it, you understand, so that to get the accurate size you want for the design. You can see that. So under here, before you save, there are some important things you need to know, such as all this rectangle 1:1, 6:9, 4:3, 3:2. So these are simply how it will appear on the design. So the first one will have 1:1, which is simply 4:4. Then the next one will have 16:9, which is a YouTube thumbnail size. So we have different type one, you see, you can see. So it depends on how you want it to look like there. So once I'm done there, now if I want to make it in a cycle form, I can click on this cycle. So that means it's going to display this way there, you understand. So then when I'm done, I'll click on OK. You understand. You can also turn it upside down by using this, or turn it the other way side by using this, you understand. So once you are done, you click on this mark as OK to import it. Bam, and you can see the image has been imported to our design. So the next thing from our add icon is draw. So we all know what draw means. Draw simply means sketching something. So whenever you want to sketch anything, this is where you come to click on draw. After clicking on draw, then you can now start using your hand to draw whatever you want. Can you see that? So that is what we can use that draw for. And you can change the color of what you are drawing. Like if I change it to green, you can see it has turned to green. If I change to white, you can see it has changed to white. So this is where you come to draw, and you can increase the pen size. You can see the next one now is bigger, you understand. So and you can also increase the smoothness, you can see. So just play around. So once you are done and you are satisfied with that, you click on the mark to click OK. So that is all for the first face icon. So now let's quickly move to the next icons. So this next icon, they are so starting from the right side, or let's quickly have a break. So when we come back, we'll talk about the next one. Thank you for listening. So welcome back. Let's quickly explore the second layer tools. So starting from the left, so you can see there's a pencil and then there's a small rubber after the pencil. So the pencil is simply when you want to edit a text or you want to edit anything. So when you click on pencil now, it will give you some other tools. So all these tools now, they are usable, especially when you click on anything on the surface of the screen. Like maybe if it is a shape, image or whatever, and you click on the pencil, it will give you this option. Some option might not be available. So the first pencil up there, when you click on it, it will take you to edit your text, you understand. So that is what that first pencil means. Then you can see, then the next one, I'll still go back to click the pencil again. So you can see the next one after pencil by the right is to copy it. When you want to duplicate, you click on it, you can see it has turned to 2. So then I'll still go back to pencil again. When you click on pencil, the other one you can see we have TT, you understand. So that T, when you click on it, it is just to change the size from here. Can you see that? You can reduce the size and you can increase the size. So I'll click on the pencil again. After the pencil, you can see the rotation. So when you click on it, that is where you can rotate it. Can you see it? So when you click on rotate, this is what you can use rotate to do. Okay, so I'll still click on pencil again. When I click on pencil, the next one is these arrows facing themselves. So that arrow simply means to move it to anywhere you want. So you click on the arrows. When you click on it, these arrows down will appear. So you can see it move to the other edge. You can see when you bring it down, it comes down. Can you see that? So that is what that one is. So I'll still click on pencil again. The next one is color. So when I click on that color now, it will show me what color do I want to change my text to. So I change it to green or blue. So whatever color you want to change it to, you can change it to it from here. You understand? So I'll go back to pencil again. The next one is these two surface. So before I explain that one, you can see the last text now is on top the second one. Okay, so what these two things down here means is either you want to move the thing you select above the other, or you want to move it behind the other. So now if I want this first text on top now to be behind, I'll click on behind. You can see now it has gone behind it. Now it is the white one that is above it now. So that is what those one simply means. And if you want to move it backward, you can still use this other one. Now you can see it's now on top it. Okay, so that is what it simply means. Then the next, okay, that's all for that. So then the next thing close to the pencil is the delete icon. So when you click on it, it will ask you, do you really want to delete this? You can say yes, I want to delete it. If you want to delete, you click OK. You can say it has deleted. So that will bring me to the next icon, which is this one facing the left side. So what that one simply means is to reverse you back to your previous work. Probably you mistakenly deleted something and you want to take it back, or you just added a design and you don't like it and you want to go back to your previous design. So let's say I deleted a text now and I want to bring it back. I will use this arrow to bring it back. When you click on it, it will bring back the last thing you did. Can you see that? That is what that one means. Then the next icon there is this plus. So this one is simply to zoom it. Okay, so that is what that one means. You can see it. So then after the zooming, the next thing is this thing looking like a window and has different spaces. What that one simply means is to align your things. Like maybe if I have so many things now, let me add shapes for instance. Okay, let me add another one. So now you can see I have two shapes here. I have a rectangle and a what? And a triangle. So what this one just simply means is if you want to align them together, I'll click on that window. It will help me to align them. Like if I want to align the two edge now, I can move it to this place and make sure it's on the line. You see? So now then I can move this circle too and make sure it's aligned too. Can you see that? Can you see that it's aligned now? So that is what this one helps us to do. So then the next icon and the last icon, which is under the three dots, then it's simply a layer. So there are a lot of things we can do there. Once you click on it, it will show all the items you have. Like all the items I have on the screen now, they are here. So the first thing I added before was instructor maxi, which is the one below. The next thing was that I copied the instructor maxi, which is the second one. Then the third thing is that I added a rectangle shape, and the last thing I did is the circle shape I added. So when you go back now, you can see everything I just did. So now when you come to that shape, so here you can do so many things. Number one, you can lock it so that it will not be moving. You can see this instructor maxi now or any other thing is moving now. But if I don't want to be, if I don't want it to move, I'll come there. I'll look for that instructor maxi. Then I'll lock it. You click on the key to lock it. When you go back now, you cannot even touch it again. You can see it's not moving. But why this one is still moving? Because I did not lock it. So that is the work of that one. Then another thing you can do with it is that you can delete from here. If I want to delete it, or even if you don't want to delete, the next thing is that if you don't want it to appear on the design, maybe you are still thinking of how to make it and you don't want to delete it, but you don't want it to appear. So this eye icon having a slash, you click on it and then it will disappear. So you go back now, it has disappeared, but it has not deleted. If I want it to come back, I'll come and click the icon again. It has come back again. So that is the work of that one. Then the next icon there is this delete here, which we can use to delete. You can see, so it has permanently deleted, and you can see it's no more on the layer here. If I want it to come back exactly, you know what to do. I'll go to this to bring it back. Then the last thing there is this pencil icon too, which means to edit it. If you want to edit, you click on it and it will bring out all this layer again, and I'm sure you already know what to do on these layers. Okay, so that is it for this. explore, and then next one we'll be taking the projects and we'll be designing together. So okay, let's start. So I'm going to delete this new text. You already know how to delete. I click on that delete icon and bam, I've deleted it. So it's deleted and I'm having just plain background. So I'm going to import a background, my own personal background. So I'll click on the add button and click on shapes, and then I'll choose this shape. So I choose this shape, I'll choose this shape, and that is it. So I'm using this white background. Then when I'm done doing that, I will come to where I can lock it. You already know how to lock it. I will lock it so that it will not be moving. So after I lock it, then let's start doing some things. Now let's say uh, maybe I have a logo already and I want to import my logo. I'll just go to add and click on from gallery, look for the image or the pictures I want to add. So if it's already available, or I have to put it where I can easily access it. So let's say this is my logo, for instance. Then for instance, this is my logo, just for instance. So we are going to use normal logo later, or when you are doing your own practical, you're going to use your own logo. So supposing this is my logo, let's say if this is my logo, I can still adjust it when it gets to this place. So now come down after this cycle. Showing because I'm using a white background, so and the text is also white, that is why it cannot show. So if I really want it to show, I have to change the color of the text. How do I do that? So this children icon, I keep on checking to see where I can find color, and bam, I found color here. I'll click on the color, and what color do I want? I need black, and it has what? It has changed to black. So that is it. It has changed to black, and I'll click on OK. So that is another one again. Then the first from our left, we have styles. So what does this style means? So style is like maybe I want to the style, how I want it to look like, you understand, the text. So maybe I want it to look like this, you see. So but that's not how I want it to look like. I'll click on style again and choose another type of style I like. Let's say I like this, you understand. So then that is for the style. Then the next thing is edit. We already know what edit is, which is showing pen. So it shows that I want to edit that new text. I can just click on it and edit it to the way I like it. I can say succeeding site technology, click on OK, and bam, succeeding site technology is already here. So the next icon after the pencil is the delete icon if I want to delete it. But remember, whenever you want to delete, you have to click on what you want to delete before you delete. And when I click on delete, it has deleted. So somebody will be like, why did you delete it? We need it. Oh, don't bother, I'm sorry about that. Let's call it back again. How do we call it back? I'm sure you know that. So I'm going to use that arrow under the icon that look like camera to bring it back. When I click it, bam, it's back. I hope you are calm now. So that is it. Then the next icon after the delete is copy. So this icon too, which is also copy, so we already know what copy it means. To duplicate, when I click on copy, bam, I have two already. So that is it. Then after copy, what do we have? We have to front and to back, and I'm sure we already explore these two things. So the first one is when you want to move something to the top of the other, and the other one is when you want to move another one to the down. Let's say for instance now I add uh, another shape, for instance now. So this shape now is on the top of everything. So this I want to add. I add the shape, and this is the shape I have added. I click on OK. So now that I add this shape, if I want to edit it, to move it front or back, I can't find it here. Since I cannot find it under this place, I will go up again to my pencil, click on the pencil, and look at the downward. These are the two things. If I want to move it up, it's already up. What if I want to move it down? I'll click on this one, and you see I still have that icon, but it is below. So that is what that one is all about. So now once I'm done doing that, so I click on my text again, then the sub icon or the children of this capital letter A appears again. We have dealt with styles, we dealt with edit, we dealt with style, delete, copy, to front, to back. We know what that one means. Then the next thing is position. What does this mean? So this is when you want to move anything. You want to move it left, you use this left arrow. You want to move it right, you move it right. You want to move it up, you move it up for accuracy purpose. You want to move it down, use this to move it down. So now you see this our horizontal line with an adjustment having positive and negative signs. Is just like how fast do you want the movement to be. Like if I do it like this now, you see my movement is very sharp and smart, you understand. But if I want an accuracy, I can just make it very low so that the thing can just be going small so that I can get what I want. You see, very slow. So that is what that one is all about. Then the next thing we have relative position. What is relative position? Yeah, this is to put your things anywhere you want it. We have different type of arrow showing you that when you click on it, this is where it will go. If I click on the one left, it will take my text to the left. If I click on the right, take it to the right side. Middle, take it to the middle. The other one, take it to the center. You know, the left right one, take it to the right down, and the left, take it to the left down. So that is it. You know, I'll move it back to where it is. So then after the relative position, we have another one which is size. I'm sure we had explored this one before, which is this double T, having small t and a big T. So this one is just a size to control the size of this thing. I already told us before, you can increase the size or decrease the size of your this thing. This size is too much and I may not be able to get it back again. What do? I'll just click on that arrow and back, it takes it back to me. So after that we have padding. What is padding? Padding is just like the space between objects and the border, that is the inside the box. So supposing I'm sitting close to a wall, for instance, the distance between me and the wall and I'm sitting to is the what? Is the padding. So is the padding because it's inside the house, but if it is outside, that is what? Margin. But now we are talking about padding. Let's take an example. When I click on padding, it show me left padding or right padding. Now if I say left padding, now that means if I'm increasing it, it will be moving. You see, so it's giving more space to it. You see now, you see. So now if I say right padding, it will give the space to the right side. That is just what that one is all about. So then after padding, we have color, which we already know what color is all about. Just to change the color to anything we want. Understand? So that is it. I'll click on OK. Then the next thing is what? Texture. So texture is just like maybe let me copy this text first. You already know how to copy, and the copy is looking at me here. I've copied it. So then I'll go to what? Texture, because we are talking about texture. Texture now is like maybe I have a particular color outside that I want to actually use instead. So I'll go to my gallery, click on this. Let me say click on this image. So it will ask me, where do I want to take the texture from? Let's say I want to take this color from here, combination of this color. I'll click on OK, and you see my color has changed. It takes the combination of that color. So if there is any color you already have, sometime we download colors that we use. So you can download the color, and then if you want to import that color, if you don't find the color here, then you use texture to do it. Then after texture, we have opacity. What is opacity? So this is it. When you click on opacity, you have to enable it. When you enable it, then you see. So this is basically the work of opacity, as the name implies. You see? So that is the work of opacity. And after opacity, we have rotate, which I'm sure we have already discussed. This is just to rotate anything you are doing. You see, you use this one to rotate this way. So anyhow you are doing it. So then after rotate, we have the mask. So mask you enable, and then come down. How do you want your mask to be? See? So how do you want your mask to be? You have to enable first. Is it out or in? So this type of mask now is in. When you look closely now, you see that there's something that look like is it arrow, I'll call it. So how you want it, if you want to add, you see. So this is basically the work of mask. So when you are practicing, you will explore more and understand better. Want this thing to be. So let me delete this. Bam, I've deleted it. I'll copy another one again. Let me copy. Now we have a copy of it. So where are we? We are done with mask. We are in font. We already know what font is all about. Font is just what type of handwriting do you want to use. So this is where you choose how you want your text to look like. You see now, I change the same thing to another handwriting, just like changing your handwriting. Then after fonts, we have style. So as we all know, we know what style means. To bold, to make it italic, to underline. If I want to bold it, bam, I bold it. If I want to make it underline, I use this to make it italic. If I want to underline, I will do underline. Now if I'm done and I want to cancel all those things, I can use this T with cancel to cancel every this thing I've already done, and to come back to normal. So after then we have what? Curve. This is curve. You know, we know, just as the name implies, how you want to curve it. You understand? So you can see I'm curving it. You see? So that is how to curve. You can also curve it like this, either from up. You understand? So you see, so we have curve. You can decide to also curve it like this. So So that is curve. So that is what curve is all about. Then after curve we have what again? We have the background. If I want to change the background so of this particular text, let me curve it back again to its normal position. Then if I want to change the background color, you see this T with background. I'll click on the background, then I'll enable, so it automatically give me this background. If I don't like the background, I'll change to the background I like. Understand? I'll change to the background I like. So that is it for that one, for the background. So when I'm done with the background, the next thing is align. We know what align means. So justify, if I want it to be at the right side, I'll use the right side. So supposing this text now is okay, let me align this one. Let me copy this one again. This is what I want to copy. This is what I want to copy. I've copied it, then you go back. So now this text, if I want to move it to any, if I want to align it, click on the align, so enable it, you see. So I can decide to justify right, or justify left, or justify center. So that is what that one is all about. Then after that one we'll have the spacing. So this is to either give space between letters or between the words. So now you see, so when you say spacing, number one, you see letters and you see words. If it is letters I want to give space, I'll leave it like that, and you see there are space between letters. Or what about words? If it is word I want, what do I do? Say spacing, then I'll click on words. So when I start now, there will be space between each words. I can even make it like this. So that is what that one is all about. After this one we'll have line spacing. We know what line is, so to give space, you understand, between line. So that is what that one means. Then after line spacing we have stroke, and this is what stroke is all about. See, so you can also adjust the stroke. See, so that is it. Then after stroke we have shadow. So you can also see, we know what shadow is all about. See what is happening. Then we have blur radius too that you can use. You have the offsets, where you can just move it to one side, and you have offset X, that is to the top or down. So please make sure you explore all this. Then after that shadow we have the inner shadow, which is almost the same thing with this one but differently. You can choose your color and then you start adjusting to your taste. So then after the inner shadow we have the emboss. Enable it and you see. So please explore. Then after the embody we have the what, the perspective. So see, enable, you see, this is the work of perspective. You see, like to make it in a 3D form. Cool. So that is what that one is all about. Then after the perspective we have 3D rotate. So 3D rotates, You can see the x-axis, you can turn it like this. See, see, so you can turn it like this, or you use the one under to turn it one side like this. See, so then we now have 3D text. Enable, you see, oblique or perspective, you understand? So that is what that one is all about. Then we have 3D shadow. When you enable, you see the shadow already. Remember, I'm working with this one here. Then after 3D shadow, we have the last one, which is reflection. So that is it. Then I'll go to the next one. Okay, before I move to the next one, let me save this for us to go through. This is where to just make it curve. Can you see that? So this is where you make your text curve. Can you see that? So that is what that is all about. Then we have the next one, which is background. That is background of the text. You have to enable. When you enable, it will give background to it. Then you can choose the color, the background you want for it, and you can reduce it here to any way you want it. Can you see that? Then after that, we have align. Align simply means where do you want it to be? Is it at the middle, by the side, or by the other side? That is what that one is all about. Then after align, we have spacing. So we have two types of spacing. It's either you want to space between words or you want to space between letters. So between word is, you see instructor maxi is one word. If I say between letters now, so that means it will be giving space in between each letter. Can you see that? So but if I say between words now, it will be giving between the words. Can you see now? Can you see that? So that is what that is all about. Then we have the spacing, okay, which I just explained already. Then we have line spacing. So that this is if you have more than one word in different line. So this is where you space the line. Then after this one, we have stroke. To stroke your word, can you see that? Can you see that? So this is where you do that, and you can change the color to whatever you want. You understand? You can see that. Then after stroke, we have shadow. So when you enable shadow, you can change, you can increase the shadow. Can you see that? And you can decrease it. So that is what that is all about. Then we have this emboss. You can see that, right? So then after emboss, we have perspective. This is what perspective is all about. Then after perspective, we have 3D rotate, to rotate it in a 3D form. Can you see that? Can you see that? So this is what this is all about. You can turn it like this. You can see that, right? And you can turn this like this. So make sure you play around. Then after 3D rotate, we have 3D text. To make our text in 3D form, you enable it, and again you can you see that? You can make it in a 3D form. This is how to make it in 3D. You understand? So then you can change the color or gradient. So that is it. Then after 3D text, we have 3D shadow. So when you enable it and you increase, so this is where you do that. Then after that, we have the last one, which is reflection. If you want it to reflect, when you check under now, you can see it's reflecting under. You understand? You can see it. You can see the reflection down under there. So that is it for the text edit.